Alright, I'm working on the horn switch wire, and what I've done is I've pushed the spring down away from the contact, and I got this clamped down there. Now what I do is unsolder this without heating up that spring. I don't want to damage that. There. Got it. So I got that off of there without damaging that spring. So basically my new wire is going to go back up in there the same way. What I did was I forgot to turn the camera on basically. But anyway, I bared the end of the wire. I tinned it with a little bit of solder. I shoved it up in there, then I heated it, and now it melted the solder and it's tight. So we're good to go, and it didn't hurt my spring. My spring still has its tension on it, just like it's supposed to. So we're good to go on that end. What I'm doing here is I'm going to tin I cut my wire to length. Actually I made it just a titch longer than I needed. I'm going to go ahead and tin this end here, get some solder on it. I'm using rosin core solder, which is for wiring. Take a few seconds to get that hot. There we go. There's a little bit of solder on there, so it'll be easier to lay in there on that little sleeve. Okay, I've got the solder cleaned out of the groove. I don't know if you can see that or not. But cleaned the solder out of the groove. And I've got my end on here. So we're going to feed it through. Okay, there we go. Alright, I got my wire fed back through there. And what I got, it's a little indentation on here. And what I did was I took my flat part of my needle nose here and I squished that to try to get it as flat as possible to lay in there. I'm also going to give it a little bend so it lays more naturally in there. My first attempt here is going to be to use a soldering iron, and I don't know if I can get it hot enough, but we're going to try that first. This may take a while. I may have to hold that on there somehow. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I need a little more solder on it, I know that, but it's going to take a while for this to heat up, and I'm not even sure this will work. Simply because I know this ring is really, really thin, but there's quite a bit of area to heat up, and I'm not sure this will even heat it up. I may have to resort to my little mini torch, but I'm going to try this, see if it works. It's just not doing the job, so what we're going to do is light the little mini torch up. I have to probably push this down. Try to keep the heat over there. Yeah, that's what I was looking to do. A little more solder than I need, but I can file that off. Cool it off a little bit. Yeah, that don't look too bad. I'll get her cleaned up and we'll see what it looks like. Well, this is the end result. It looks not as good as what the factory did when I took it off, obviously, but it's got a little bump in it. And be honest with you, I don't know if that'll affect anything or not. I got to take a look. Um, Inside the column, I don't think it will. I think there's enough clearance there because the horn ring kind of rides right in this area here. That's where the original marks were, so I think we're going to be okay. And I'm okay with my length. Still all spring loaded. The next thing I'm going to check is continuity to make sure I didn't short anything out and that I got continuity from here to here so the horn will actually work. So, okay, I've got my ohm meter here, my voltmeter. I got set for ohms reading audio. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is for the horn. So you don't want any continuity from this to the shaft, and I don't, but you do want it out at the end here on the end of your wire. And you can probably hear that. But you don't want any contact here. So that's working good. So the horn should work. And I guess the next step is to install this thing.